Good morning, my name is Brandon Allen with Tadlock Roofing. I'm at 14103 Millcole Avenue here on Panama City Beach, and the first thing we will take a look at here is going to be shingle condition. And what we have on this roof is going to be a 3-tab shingle, and you can see this will be a good place to look here. If we come over here to this roof plane that's on the front of the house, this is kind of a perfect example of some different things that I've seen going on the roof. So if we get down here and we look at an individual tab, you can see adhesion, for the most part, is down here, but it's starting to go on a lot of these tabs, which is why you're, this one here broke. What happens with these 3-tab roofs is that once that adhesion goes and the shingle itself gets brittle, which you can see that it is, if we do a flexibility test, you can actually see the shingles breaking. And we've got anywhere from 60 to 70% granule loss, a little bit more on the back slope of the roof. But what happens is these shingles get very brittle, and once that adhesion pops loose, wind will get up underneath these tabs, flip them, and they just snap right off, which is what's happened here. And then it leaves these nail heads exposed, which can potentially turn into leaks. You also have several popped deck nails, which you can see here, that's rusted. And again, that's an actual deck nail that has driven itself back up through the shingle. That is definitely a leak, and you can see, what happens again when these shingles get brittle. That's what tends to happen. There is actually no boot on that power insert there, so we would put what's called a split boot on that during the re-roof. They've got quite a bit of tar around it, which is probably preventing it really from doing anything at this point, but you should have a boot on that to keep that from leaking, because that will develop into a leak as well if it isn't already. We've got, like I said, several popped nails that I have seen here and there throughout the roof. We've got another one right here that's starting to come up. It just hasn't come up through the shingle yet. On your back slope here, or on your back side of the roof, like I said, you've got more granule loss here on the back side, and also more tabs that are broken. This is the side that faces the Gulf, so you're going to get a heavier wind coming in from those Gulf fronts up this slope. So you're going to see more damage to this plane of the roof. A couple things I would recommend. The tree, I would recommend having that trimmed back, as that will continue, as those palms below, they will continue to cause damage on the shingles. They already have to a certain extent, and it'll just get worse as those limbs grow further. The back section here, you can see, is EPDM that's on it now, and it's in fairly good condition, but it is starting to age. You're starting to get cracking at the seams. So what I would recommend, a lesser expensive option, would just be to come back and coat this with a multi-coat process. Essentially, it would turn it white, and it would turn it into a cool system. It would cool it off considerably in that room. Some coating has been applied, which you can see there, but it was improperly applied because it's peeling up. It's not actually staying down. It was not put on correctly. So we would coat that whole area, and that would be in my quote. So again, my name is Brandon with Tadlock Roofing. Thank you.